thanks for tuning in to Shannon and Veronica on Everything. Today we're going to be going through irritable bowel syndrome farm, inflammatory bowel disease farm, constipation farm, opioid-induced constipation farm, and diarrhea meds. So to start off with irritable bowel syndrome, we have two classifications, C and D. This took me about way too long to figure out that the C was meant for constipation, D was for diarrhea. So to start off with constipation, first route we're always going to try over-the-counter laxatives because why would you not? Another drug is liraprostone, linaclotide, placentitide, and testosterone. I don't know if I said any of those right. But anyway, one thing to note is the lubiprostone and testosterone are just for females. They haven't been approved by the FDA for males. And then testosterone is just for females younger than 55, so keep that in mind. So you can kind of remember the constipation. Some of them start with L, these two end in tide. You can remember like Tide, if you drink Tide, you'll become constipated. And then I don't know how to remember the testosterone is for constipated, but if you, I don't know, if you play tag, you'll get constipated. I don't know. Anyway, so irritable bowel syndrome diarrhea type, you're going to do antidiarrheals, so that's like our Imodium, Lamodal, anything like that. We'll go over those. Allocerum, so this is also only for females. And then there's a black box warning for ischemic colitis. So I believe, we went through this pretty quick, but I believe it's the only one with black box warning. So just kind of remember that. And then lixidoline and rifaximin, which is antibiotic. We also use that for hepatic encephalopathy. So I would just recommend memorizing one category, all the constipation, and then you'll know the other ones are the diarrhea. And other options, we have SSRIs. I don't know why these work. TCAs, these have anticholinergic effects. They dry you out, so specifically that works for IBS-D. Antispasmodics, and then probiotics just for gut health. So that is irritable bowel syndrome. Moving down to inflammatory bowel disease, which is also, don't get these two confused. IBD is ulcerative colitis and Crohn's. So first I'm going to go through meds that work for both ulcerative and colitis. You'll notice I have I's and M's, that's for induction and maintenance. Induction is going to be the first bout of treatment to get under control, and maintenance is long-term therapy. So anti-TNF is for both, and that's induction and maintenance. And then vedolizumab is for both, induction and maintenance as well. Corticosteroids, induction for either one, get the bowel under control. And then thiopurines can be maintenance for either UC or Crohn's. So for UC specifically, we only have one med that works for UC but not for Crohn's, and that's going to be the one med class. That's a 5-amino salicylates. And these work for induction as well as maintenance of Crohn's. So these meds end in zyne, mine, or zide. So you just have to figure out a way to remember that. One thing to note, the rectal 5-aminos are better than the oral 5-aminos and better than the rectal steroids. However, a combination oral rectal 5-amino is superior to anything. So I just drew a little chart here, I don't know if you can see it, but know that suppositories, when we're working with 5-amino suppositories only go to the rectum, and then 5-amino enemas go up to the splenic flexure. So just remember suppository, you put the little med in there, and so it doesn't work quite as far up, whereas an enema, all that fluid will back up your ascending colon and hopefully clear you out there. And then the onset for 5-aminos is 2 to 4 weeks. The way I remember this is that sometimes people take aminos to get like healthy and buff and stuff. So it takes 2 to 4 weeks to get in shape when you're out of shape. Lastly, Crohn's disease. I have good friends with Crohn's, so maybe I'll talk to these meds with her. But the one is ustekinumab, and that's for induction and maintenance. And then methotrexate is only for maintenance. So methotrexate, one thing to remember, you have to take this with folic acid daily, so meth plus folate, and then it's a pregnancy category X, so you need to be on 2 forms of birth control. So we'll switch to Veronica.
Hi guys, welcome back. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in and cover constipation to begin with. So we have a few different options when it comes to constipation. So first off, we have bulk forming meds. So this is going to be your Citrasil and your Metamucil. Then we're going to go ahead and move down to your stool softeners. So your Colace, also known as Docusate. Osmotic laxatives, this is your Miralax or your milk of magnesia. And then we have stimulant laxatives, so Senna or Dulcolax. We have lubricant laxative mineral oil, also known as fleet oil. One big caution with this is you can get aspiration have pneumonitis. So that's a potential option to be on the test, so make sure you know that. So those are your constipation options. No real tools to memorize these, just kind of got to go through them and know the difference between them all. As far as opioid-induced constipation, that's our next category. So these are going to be your Pamoras. They typically have an onset of 4 to 12 hours. We have 3 different options. We have, I won't even attempt to say.
Methyl naltrexone is Relistor, naloxegel is Movantic, naldetamine is Simproic.
Yeah. And then with these two, you need to take them on an empty stomach. This last one, there's no regard whether you have a meal or not. Now moving down to our diarrhea opioid agonist and our bismuth, also known as Pepto. So first, over the counter, you're going to find loperamide or Imodium.
And that can get you high.
And that can get you high. As far as prescription options, we have defenoxine plus atropine as a combo med, also known as metafine. Another combo option is difenoxylate and atropine, Blometil. And then you have opium tincture and paregoric, and these two contain morphine. And then going down to our bismuth, subsalicylate. These are just like your Pepto-Bismol, which you can get over the counter. A few things with this, some adverse reactions. You can get black tongue and stool. That doesn't indicate anything dangerous. It's just something that happens. You can also get Rey syndrome, so you find this in either children or teens who recently had a viral infection. Contraindications, as far as the diarrhea opioid agonist, you cannot use these in patients who have diarrhea associated to C. diff. So today we went over irritable bowel syndrome, irritable bowel disease, FARM, we went over constipation and opioid-induced constipation and diarrhea. Thanks for tuning in.